classes, we learned about the meristematic cells and the permanent cells. That is the meristematic tissues and the permanent tissues. Today we are going to learn about a different type of tissue which we can call as protective tissue. The protective tissues are made up of cells which cover the outer lining, it forms the outer memory of the different parts of the plant. Its main function is to protect the plant from adverse weather conditions, from pathogens, attack of pathogens. The protective tissue is of two types, the epidermis and the pulp. Epidermis forms the outer covering of different parts of the plant, different organs of the plant. The cells of the epidermal tissue is elongated or round or oval. There is no intercellular spaces between them. That is, the cells are compact, closely packed. There is no gap between the cell. Its main function is to cover the different parts of the cells. It is thick from outside and thin from inner side. If we see the xerophytic plants means the desert plants. In the desert plants, the epidermis is thick because it has a thick covering of a compound known as cutin, and therefore the outer covering is known as cuticle. Cutin is made up of fatty substances which does not allow the entry of water. So it is impermeable to water. So xerophytic plants, the epidermis is composed of cutin. The outer layer is known as cuticle, which is very thick in xerophytic plants. This cuticle does not allow the water to move out from the cells of the plant. That is, it does not allow the removal of water from inside to outside. It stops the passage of water from the cells. All of you must have seen leaves. If you take a old leaf which is yellowing, becoming yellow, and underneath, that is the below surface, you will see dot-like structures. Now these dot-like structures are actually known as stomata, which are present in the epidermis. Stomata are found on the leaves and the green parts of the stems. Now let us see the structure of stomata. Then we will learn about the function. We will know about the function of stomata. It is composed of two bean or kidney-like cells which are known as guard cells. It has got chloroplast also. These are the chloroplast. It is surrounded by the epidermal cells. Now this is guard cell. This opening is known as guard pore. Chloroplast cells are also present. function of the gut cell is to remove the excess water from the plant. So this process is known as transpiration. The whole process of removal of excess water by the plant is known as transpiration. And this is done by stomata. So this is the structure of stomata. Advantage of transpiration is it keeps the environment around the plant, the surrounding around the plant cool. It maintains a cool temperature. These are the epidermal cells, or you can say epidermis. The inner cavity is known as stroma. So as told, the gut cells or the stomata, they help in the removal of water, excess water from the plant in the form of vapor. They also help in exchange of gases. This is also a very important function that is done by the stomata. They not only help in the removal of extra water, but they also help in the exchange of gases. Now let us know about the cough. The cough is made up of dead cells. It is composed of dead cells and it is found in the older tissues of the roots and the stems. It is made up of secondary cambium. The secondary cambium is composed of secondary lateral meristem. The cough cells, they don't have any intercellular spaces between them. That is, they are very compact. Their main work is to provide protection to the plant parts. They have got a deposition of tannin, resins and a chemical compound known as suberin. The deposition of suberin makes the outer layer, outer portion of the cough cells impermeable to water. There are some aerated or there are some pore-like structures in the cough cells which are known as lenticels. They allow the passage of air and passage of water or substances between the cells. So this helps, the lenticels help in the exchange of gases also. Now let us again see the functions of the epidermis and the cough cells. Epidermis, the first function is protection. The protection of different parts of the plant from the environment, from adverse environmental conditions and from the attack of the pathogens. The second is the loss of water. It prevents the loss of water because a cuticle is there and this cuticle helps in the prevention of loss of water in the xerophytic plants. One more important point is the stomata that we have seen in the mesophytic plants or the aerial plants are sunken in the xerophytic plants. Sunken means they are present deep inside the epidermis. The stomata which is present on the epidermis helps in the exchange of gases and also helps in transpiration. So function of stomata is to help in transpiration, that is loss of water in the form of vapors and also in the exchange of gases. So we can say exchange of gases There are root hairs which are present on the epidermis. These root hairs also absorb the minerals and water from the nearby surrounding areas, and they also protect the main roots and the parts of the plant from the attack of the insects or other pathogens. Now let us see the function of the cork. Cork is composed of dead cell, so its main function is protection. Protection against the microbes, and also it protects the plant from external environment. So basically first function is protection against microbes or the pathogens. Cork also gives mechanical support, mechanical strength to the plant. So it provides mechanical strength to the plant. The lenticels that are present in the cork, the small pores that are present in the cork, they help in the exchange of gases from the environment and from the organs of the plant, that is the underlying tissues of the plant. So it helps in exchange of gases. So this is done with the lenticels help in the exchange of gases from the environment to the underlying tissues of the plant. The cork is useful commercially also. The cork is used in preparing so many items in the industry, different industry, that is in the sports industry also. So today we have learned about the epidermis, the stomata, the lenticels and the cork. All these come under the protective tissue. So we can put all of them under a heading known as protective tissue, because their main function is to protect the plant from the environment, the adverse conditions of the environment,